Hi, this is James Sygrove going live for the British Theatre Skills community. And this is the Sunday session, but we are going live with a chat. So on the chat today, it's going to be me and the lovely Ray Murphy. So if he sends me a request, I will just add him for a little chat. Hope everyone is...
Hello.
Hello, you're right, mate.
Yes, very well. How are you?
It's very nice to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, and you too, as always, my dear.
Oh, thanks. So, the Sunday session, the chat. So this is something that we'll be doing between when we have interviews with our special guests, like we've had yourself.
Moi?
You, yes. So we've had Jason Mark Williams, we've had your good self, we've had the wonderful Laura Anna Mead. I can announce that we have coming up in the future, we have Jonathan Alden, who is currently on tour with Bodyguard the Musical. We'll also be having Kath Humphries, friend of mine and yours,
Yes.
who will be joining us. And there's a few other people that I'm currently talking to.
Which
It's all juicy.
To your chest for now.
Yeah. So, how's it going in the life of a creative this week, Ray?
It's been a very quiet one, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. Especially like today, I think it's, the sort of, when you get those days where it's like the internal weather is just low energy. So
Yes.
all I've been doing is reading my book, which I'm very much enjoying at the moment. It's been sort of quiet. I went to see a panto earlier this week, which was fun. It was all based in Wales. I had a Welsh double trip this week.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, and met with a friend to do some headshots as well, just
Very
for the
good.
fun. So,
Right.
yeah.
Just wanted to say hello to people that have joined us. We've got Anna has joined us, and we've got Michelle, and our good friend from Theatre Players UK. Hello, Cormac. Hi there.
Hello.
So for me, yes, I know what you mean about the low kind of thing. I mean, at the moment, I am in line learning land. So where is it? I've got my script here. I've got this habit now of I make a little book when I'm doing scripts. I picked it up from Stephanie Wilson, who I was in Murder in the Dark with. So I'm rehearsing for a play called Were You Anyone Before Dad's Army, which is the life story of Arnold Ridley, who played Godfrey in Dad's Army. And so it's his life story, and it's going to be on at the Mission Theatre in Bath from the 19th to the 21st of March. But anyway, coming back to Stephanie Wilson, she does this wonderful thing where she prints out her script and she sticks it in a little book like this, which I love, which is good. But then afterwards, it means that you've got some pages where you can put all your notes and pictures and anything that you want to remember from the show, and then you can just put it up on your bookcase after, and I love that.
Oh, it's kind of like journal meets scrapbook meets working script.
Yeah, and it's really nice as well. So we would have a normal script that's like often comes that kind of size. Reducing it down to A5 just feels more manageable anyway. And also having it that size when you're in the rehearsal room, you're like, oh, okay, let me just refer to my stuff. It's nice and it's all there. And having the pages so you've got that space for your notes as well and everything, which is really cool.
Oh, yeah. You love it when you can just sort of like, instead of it being cramped in between the words and everything, you've got space to breathe and space to change if things do change, which they inevitably do.
Yeah. So that's where my head has been at. Yeah. And really kind of like, oh, I can't be bothered going out. And the weather's been quite bleh. So there's that as well. But also, when you're learning stuff, and I know that our friend Julia has said this to us as well, you need space away from it. You can't do more hours and just try and cram stuff and everything. You need to do a couple of hours and then step away from it.
Yeah.
And actually just kind of
things need to percolate, and also the little brain cells need time to form those connections, and it can't just all be sort of power just hit all the time.
Speaking of, Julia Carey has just begun rehearsals for The Hollow. I believe they began today.
Yes.
For something fantastic. So they're producing Agatha Christie's The Hollow, which will be on, I believe, April.
It's mid-April, I think, yes.
April, yeah. So very exciting. Looking forward to going and seeing that, which will be great.
Delicious.
Yeah. So tell us about Panto you went to see.
So a Panto I went to see was Jack in the Beanstalk, and it was written by my wonderful agent. So I had to go and support, as I was very happy to do so. It was, I don't know, I have complicated feelings.
You don't like Panto?
I think I love Panto, and this is not to diminish it in any way, because it's an institution and it's so valuable for any theatre to put it on, because it just brings in the money and the joy and everything like that. But I think I just find them exhausting. I think they've just come to the point. You should
try being in them, mate. They're really exhausting.
Yeah, exactly. But it is. I mean, it is joyful, but I may not be the only one who thinks this as well. But I find them the most fun when things go wrong and the actors have to cover for it, and it's all like we're all in this joke together, and it's very tongue-in-cheek and everything. So,
but I'll let you in on a secret. Half the time that stuff is all planned.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, that's probably an industry thing. I'm like, oh, people are going to hate me, but yeah, I know Panto stuff that I've done before. They're like, okay, so on this bit, if you drop that, then he'll do this, and oh, okay. All right.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
I'm doubly impressed with that.
Panto I did before, I had to pretend during the cooking scene that the stage crew had played a prank on me and they'd switched what was in my flask.
Right.
So then I had people asking me, going, what did they put in there? And I'm going, oh, nothing. They put nothing in there. It's in the script.
Oh, that's really fascinating. See, this is I've not done Panto beyond many years ago when I was part of an Amdram group, before I started doing acting professionally. So that was I don't think, well, the ones that I wasn't in didn't have planned ones as far as I knew, but to know that there is scripted, unplanned, planned things.
But I know there is lots of stuff that does happen though, and you just can't plan for, and that's great when that happens.
I suppose it's kind of like the audience participation as well. Like someone just throws a blinder somewhere or fully commits, and no one else does.
I know we've got Nick Wishner who's joined us. So Nick does Panto around the Guildford Godalming area, so he'll be able to tell you all about professional Panto.
Oh, yeah. But he does the adult Panto as well, which is another sort of industry in itself, a sub-industry of the thing, and it's like, that's fabulous. I love that as well.
Actually, because we spoke to Jason and with Laura, because they've both done Panto themselves. So Jason does Dame most years. He's also done Villain as well in Panto. And of course, Laura working for He's Behind You at Charing Cross Theatre.
Yes.
I mean, that's a great Panto. And we've got Carl who's just joined us. Now, Wolverhampton Grand, their Panto, I mean, of all the clips and that I saw over Christmas, their Panto smashed it. I mean, the actual like set and costumes and everything. So I was gutted that I couldn't get to that because I was in Pantoland myself, being a baddie. I was being a rat.
And being thoroughly fabulous at that.
Thank you very much. Yeah. How do we get onto Panto? Yes, we were talking about you went to see Panto in Wales. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great, and I've got much else to say really. It was a fun experience to see it all happen. But I think I was like, for my personal tastes, I was kind of exhausted by the end of it, probably from laughing way too much.
And actually, is that quite late in the year for Panto to go on till?
You see, this is something that I've never really sort of puzzled out myself, because there seems to be a large window of sort of, obviously, Christmas time and the New Year, but there seems to be leeway either side. So, I don't know.
I know there are there's Easter Pantos now, there's summer Pantos. There's lots of stuff going on. So
the whole world I just don't know about.
I do wonder if we didn't have Easter Pantos and summer Pantos, which I do know about, whether we would get more bums on seats for the main Christmas Panto. I don't know. I don't know. Whether it dilutes the water a bit, because there are so many other children's shows which are out and about. I wonder whether it just kind of spreads it out a bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Possible, yes. But
I've never been to an Easter Panto or a summer Panto, so I can't really comment from experience. I don't know.
No, nor I. Yeah. But you've done quite a handful of Pantos before, as Dame and Villain as well. What are the kind of key differences of the experiences of those that you found?
Oh, so being the Dame, you're right in the middle of everything, and you're like the intersection of everything. Like, you become the audience's kind of linchpin to everything, so they kind of follow you through the story a lot of the time. From what I've experienced, which was completely different to playing the baddie. And I think I mentioned this to you, that I went into rehearsal and you come on, you do a big spiel, and then you're off for 20 minutes. And then you come back on, you terrorize one of the characters, you do a big song, and then you're off again. And so everyone else is rehearsing and they're having all these fun and adventures and things and dances and that. And you're sitting at the side of the room going, well, it's great to be the baddie, but I have trained. I would like to dance. I'd like to do some singing as well. I mean, it is great. You get to have some big numbers. And I had a wonderful troupe of rats that were with me. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. However, it's such a different thing, because as the baddie, unless it's a certain type of script where the baddie is in and out all the time, you're very much... you're like airlifted in to cause the drama, and then you're out again.
Yes. I don't know. Does that, like you mentioned with in the rehearsal room, does that sort of affect what things are like sort of backstage as well?
It's great because you can have a cup of coffee. You can. I remember on Dick Whittington, Christmas Just Gone, there was a section in it where I think at least twice I had 10 minutes off stage, maybe 15 minutes kind of thing. I'm sitting there and it's like, and you meet the same people at the same times, because you soon work out what the traffic is. And when you're 20 shows in, you're like, okay, so when we get to this time, I know we can have a drink, we can have a chat, and there's boxes of sweets. And yeah. But you have to be careful not to take it for granted, because sometimes you get carried away. You're like, oh, I'm on a break now, kick your shoes off, wig comes off, everything, and then you suddenly hear a cue and you're like,
oh, yeah. I'm thoroughly paranoid, as you know, about all of those sort of things. Like, because we've been in shows together where it's like I've had to sort of the opportunity to lounge backstage a bit, but I'm like, I can't relax, because I'm always like, the one day that I do relax, I will miss it and everything will go wrong, and I'll be like hitting myself the entire time.
Oh, So this brings me on to something I wanted to talk about. Speaking of relaxing, I went to see Cynthia Erivo as Dracula.
Ah, yes, 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 yes.
Now, the poor young lady does not get a second to relax at all. It's a feat to watch, to behold, to listen to as well. So 2.25 hours straight through, no interval.
Oh, God.
And to say that she doesn't go off stage, she does go off stage, but she's followed by a camera crew the whole time. So you're completely with her. For me, there were bits I loved. There's also stuff to do with it that I'd be like, I think that could have been done a bit different, really.
Yeah.
But I cannot knock her for the actual, like, everything she gave, because you could see she was just bang. She was on it straight through, kind of. I mean, 2.25 hours delivering that kind of language.
I mean, it is crazy. I mean, I think I saw it was a clip of an interview she did, and it was about, I think she said it was 20,000 words to learn, which in itself is a novel, but certainly Dracula's novel, well, Stoker's novel rather, is certainly more than that. But yeah, but it's interesting that, I mean, it's clearly a feat to do anything, but it's interesting that there's like you say, a film. I've not seen it, but a film crew on stage as well. Does that work as a device?
It's amazing when it does work. Yeah, and there are sections, big moments where I'm like, wow, that is clever. It's clever. It's amazingly directed. How you would piece something together like that as a director, it blows my mind. It's like when I watched The Dark Knight, the Batman films.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that one with Heath Ledger in, and just the amount of cuts and scenes and everything there was in it. And I was just going, how does a director even begin, even if you were storyboarding it, which is the same with this? They must have storyboarded it and gone like, right, this shot. So when I got into the theatre, the stage is completely empty and black, apart from a back wall, and I think there's like 3 doorways. And honestly, it looks like confetti on the floor. I have a picture. I will post it and show people, because there are so many different coloured spiked, what we call spikes, bits of tape on the floor for where everything has to go. It literally looks like someone's got a confetti cannon and let it off. There must be at least 300 different coloured tape marks across this stage, and that was the giveaway from the start. It's like, holy moly, what's about to happen? Because if you're in the industry and you know what those marks are for, you're like, okay. And it's really clever how it's done. So lots of it is with, well, the majority of it is with cameras, either cameras coming down from the ceiling. There must have been between 6 and 8 people that had big kind of cradles over their shoulders with huge, like, film cameras on that are moving around. You have costume and makeup people that are coming in and out. So what we're seeing really is life on a film set, actually. And then above the stage is a huge screen that things are projected onto. So everything that Cynthia Erivo is performing to, which for the first 5 or 10 minutes, you're just getting your brain around. You're like, oh, wow. So that's what the camera's seeing. It looks completely different from here. And that's it. And she is phenomenal performing to a camera. I mean, the way she gets her angles, her sight lines, everything. And then you get to moments where pre-recorded characters start coming into the projections that you're watching above the stage.
Right.
So she's pre-recorded Dracula for lots of it, the Doctor, the Elizabeth, and whoever it is, Renfield, all these other parts. I thought it was going in a certain direction, because there's a bit where she sits down at the table and Dracula's there and the camera's on her and she's having the conversation, and we can see her having the conversation across the table. And then I think it's the first time you see another performance by her is Dracula that's on the thing up there. So it's like, oh, so the camera's not picking up Dracula's performance. Dracula's performance is there and we're seeing her perform. And I thought, that's what they've gone with, that Dracula can't be picked up by the cameras. So everything, which is so clever.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's brilliant. Why not a camera? Yeah.
Because there's a bit where there's like a mirror on the stage as well, and she's there and the camera's over her shoulder. We know that nothing is there, but yeah, we can see Dracula. And it's like, oh, clever.
Yeah.
Then all the other characters started coming into it. And I was like, oh, okay. It went so expansive with all these other performances, which she must have spent a week or two in the studio recording these other performances and in and out of makeup and prosthetic hair and stuff and all that. So it was really something. I felt that, as amazing as the performance was, that there wasn't that connection across the footlights. Because when we were looking at the stage, we're looking at someone working, and when you look up there, that's the performance. So if that's the performance there, well, I could go to a cinema and watch that.
Literally say that, yeah.
which is lovely. I mean, it's so enjoyable to watch how creatively they put it on, and people keeping out of the way of the cameras, and what looks like a real kind of abstract, weird set, when the camera is put in a certain position. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing, because now you've got the cross there and this there and that. But on the stage, it just looks plain. So amazing stuff there. However, I wanted to go and see Cynthia Erivo on stage, because I've never seen her on stage. Yeah. I've seen her in film. I've seen her singing on clips and things. I wanted to see her in real life.
Something a bit more visceral.
Yeah. The one moment that I got that, and I think for everyone else in the audience as well, it seemed to be the key moment. So there are one or two moments where she delivers a little bit of a monologue out front, but she comes right forward as Dracula and she sings Come With Me. It's Dracula luring them right at the very end. And she sang it. So she only sings those 3 words, and it's 30 seconds in total. But the voice comes out. And it was so ethereal. Like, I've never heard a singer like that. The voice that, and it felt like I've been waiting the whole show for that moment, because you could just feel the room, the electricity. You were like, oh, whoa, okay. And then the moment was gone. So
the stain. Oh, it sounds interesting, because I mean, I can only think, like, what a work of, not just for Cynthia Erivo, but a work of choreography and sheer scale, and just making basically a film set work on stage, which is astonishing anyway. But yeah, it's interesting you say, because it feels that there's another level of distance where you don't get to enjoy quite so much of what the story is as well. And I imagine actually Dracula is quite a difficult thing to adapt anyway, because as a novel, it's basically, it's epistolary. It's letter after letter after letter after letter.
Well, that's the thing about it for an audience. When you're listening to letters being delivered, you're very much, okay, here's another letter, and what's this letter saying? And every couple of minutes, Cynthia is saying September the 22nd, January the 4th, and we're like, okay, where am I now? Kind of. And I'm not sure that hearing the dates helps us in any way. I mean, we kind of gather that
it's in
kind of
order.
chronological anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the way around that is, but it's challenging to stage letters being read aloud.
Yes. Yeah, and to keep it sort of vital rather than reporting after the fact. And it's like, well, where's the sort of dramatic tension other than what are they going to report on next?
Yeah.
Which is it's a different sort of style of thing, isn't it? But it does make me wonder, like these sort of solo shows. I mean, they are a feat being able to perform them. I mean, like you said with the cinema stuff, with like the National Theatre Live stuff, which I love to go and see. I saw. Oh goodness, what is it? Prima Facie with Jodie Comer in it, and also Inter Alia, which Rosamund
Pike. Yeah.
Same writer, who I cannot think who his name is now, and that's so shameful. But the actual, like,
if anyone knows, can you post it below if you know who the writer is?
Please jog our memories. But yeah, it's like you certainly with like Jodie Comer and Rosamund Pike. I mean, that is just the way. I just find it absolutely stunning that they can do this sort of machine gun pace of storytelling whilst doing action, fully choreographed, and everything works, and then still being able to conjure up these feelings afterwards of like, oh, I have been gut punched by the story because it's so beautifully crafted. But there is and it's that pure storytelling without it feels like that. I mean, it's like I say, I haven't watched Dracula, but it feels that those iterations of the show feel more visceral and connected because you're not actually sort of watching a show of a show. That sort of level of distance going on. Susie Miller.
I
think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you. Yeah. Both of those I haven't seen. I do know that Jodie Comer's on tour with is it Prima Facie? Yeah. At the moment, so I do hope to get along to that.
Really recommend. It is just for a sheer level of skill, like it's astonishing. I mean, ably supported by the writing, of course. It is like it is clever, funny, devastating, all of those things. I thoroughly recommend watching those. And Inter Alia, very much the same sort of theme, I guess. But it's just it's not a one woman show, even though it is sort of framed chiefly by one woman. But it's just astonishing stuff. And I think that's the kind of thing we want to see with the solo show, of being like, I am in awe of the actual skill, and I'm also being taken on this journey, and I need time to process after the show because it stirred up all these feelings.
So we've had a question. Is the seemingly increasing number of single-person shows restricting opportunities for other actors to work? Well, I wonder, because with these single person or single actor shows, they tend to be by people of renown anyway, that do have some status. So great that work's being done, which is lovely. Would something be put on in its place if it wasn't there? There's normally something that would always be done, isn't there? I really don't know. I know that if I had a platform like Jodie Comer or Rosamund Pike or Cynthia Erivo, I'd love to be working. It's something I'd love to give a go. So I can't say, oh, I hate these types of show, because if it was me, I'd love to have a go at it. And I'd hate for people to go, oh, why is he doing a show on his own? So
Well, I suppose also that a lot of the stuff that you sort of become aware of when you're working in the industry is like create your own work. So the in easy, he says, way of doing that is also it's by creating a show by yourself. In which that you inhabit it, or it's a single person that does it. It means that it's quite a less strenuous on the budget side as well, and you can also create things that are quite compelling in that sense. And you always fill out all of these different theatres that will have them as well on various things. But yeah, I suppose it's kind of comparing that sort of style with these sort of big budget things like these sorts. It's not showing off, but it damn well is, because if you pull that sort of stuff off, it is intensely impressive. And definitely, like you say, like something worthwhile to try. And if you succeed, I mean, why be scared of anything ever again?
I think of it kind of in the same way that I would think about going to see someone in concert. I'm going to see Taylor Swift performing. I'm going to see Barbara Streisand performing. I mean, and that was my reason for going to see Cynthia Erivo. I was like, I'm going to see Cynthia Erivo. She just happens to be doing Dracula, but I'm going to see her.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, it was the reason that, so Kath Humphries, who I directed for Happy Days, was one of the reasons she chose Happy Days at the outset, was because creating work, and also it's not a big cast, 2 people max on stage, and something you can easily do.
It's transferable. It's something you can pick up and go. And I mean, Kath was wonderful in that, and you did an amazing job directing that as well.
Thank you very much.
Be overstated on both accounts, but it's also like the company that we both worked for is Lynchpin Productions, and the wonderful Edie Campbell has done multiple one-woman shows as well, across a very spectrum of different topics, and all extremely compelling and beautifully performed as well. So I suppose it's, I suppose these are things, certainly from Edie's, or my point of view of what Edie's work has been. It's been like her exploration of like Emily Dickinson, and her recent one, like Apples in Winter, which was about a mother baking an apple pie for her son who was on death row, and the process of that. I mean, those are, it makes me wonder if the one-person format allows or gives more access to those more intimate and stories, or that are less readily told on a grander scale. And I suppose you can be super creative with that, and take anyone on a journey, and have people think about things that aren't necessarily in the broader spectrum of like topics that are expressed in theatre, film, or whatever. So I suppose there's definitely room for that, and I suppose that's where that particular niche of one-person shows are. It's like you can really delve into something that's quite special interest, if you like, and get a sort of fan base following from it.
This brings me on to something that I've been thinking about this week. So I saw a video which was from a casting director's point of view, and they were talking about the casting process and how many people they get submitted, and it was saying that not to think of yourself as up against 50 people, because there's only like perhaps one other person that is anything that's really like you. There'll be quite a few different people submitting, but they said that for a casting they put out, they would definitely receive over 1,000 submissions, normally about 1,500, sometimes up to 2,000. Which leads me to think that with these smaller scale productions, especially ones that people are staging themselves, that they're mounting their own things, is something we're going to see a lot more of, because people, if they're go-getters, they will create their own work. They will find something to do. And it seems to me there's lots of people who are in the industry and they submit themselves for something that's going, and it tends to be shows that do have larger casts, and that's where the numbers are. Zoom, they're there. So the way to kind of subvert that is to make your own work, to do stuff that is smaller casts, that kind of thing. Yeah, I wonder, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with all of that, really. I don't think I have anything else to add. It is that.
It feels like there are so many people, well, from what we hear from casting directors, there's so many people up for jobs that our job and our skill that we have to cultivate is making ourselves stand out in whatever way that is. So making sure that you've got showreel stuff that's done, that your headshots are there, all this kind of stuff. And if you're not able to cut through, then you've got to make your own work somewhere. You've got to make your own kind of pathway through, really.
I suppose that is kind of like the advantage of doing your own stuff, is that it gives you the power back. It's like you are creating your own work, therefore you're not like Soldier of Fortune trying to cast yourself into something else where ultimately you don't necessarily have a lot of control over. You can certainly make yourself available and have like all of the right resources of credits and headshots and showreels and stuff like that. But if I could definitely see the appeal of like, no, actually, I've got this story to tell. I'm going to pen it and I'm going to put it out there. And it's a great opportunity as well, not only to work and do like produce all of that sort of stuff, which to me is like, that's the superpower. That is kind of crazy. And that's and I lost my train of thought. But it's also something to like for gaining like attention from casting directors or directors of other producers as well. It's like, I have this show on, it's going to be here. You can come along and see, and in a way that's a sort of showcase of yourself, which in a way is an excuse. I mean, it's I don't know about you or anyone else, but when it's like you do that thing of like emailing casting directors and stuff, and you're like, oh, I want to have something to say other than, hi, I'm me, cast me please. If you've got like an actual reason to write for them and something that's actionable whilst you're actually doing work, then great. I mean, it's a great platform for anyone if they can put it all together, and it is a feat to do so.
I'd be interested to know, with the performers we've talked about, so we've gone on a complete circle here talking about solo performances. I'd be interested to know if Cynthia Erivo was approached to do it, or whether it's something that she sought out herself. She felt that she wanted to do a one-woman show. The same with Jodie Comer or with Rosamund Pike. Because I find it really interesting, especially the younger actors, say from like Heartstoppers and from Stranger Things, how they've made names for themselves through TV and film medium. Who has advised them, or is it something they've worked out for themselves? They've then gone, I need to go and do theatre. Because so many of these people who they've come to notoriety just through this one project, really. Say Kit Connor on Heartstopper, that's where he really made his name. And then he went and did Romeo and Juliet on Broadway. And you've got Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. She's coming over to do Romeo and Juliet, as it happens. in the West End, and you had what's Joe Locke from Heartstopper.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, he came to notoriety on Heartstoppers, and then he went and did Sweeney Todd on Broadway.
Oh right, gosh, yes.
It really feels like whether trying to cement kind of. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's tricky really because I suppose I think to me I've got sort of two reactions to this. For having that platform where they came to notoriety, they in effect have become a name and are therefore eminently more attractive for various other projects as well. So whether they want to pursue those other things, I mean, what a great opportunity to do so. But I suppose the thing that we don't necessarily see is, this like theory of the overnight success was actually 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they could have been doing a whole ream of stuff in like career wise in various different media, and then they get into this platform, and then it feels like the world is somewhat open for them, which is amazing. So I suppose if you get to that point, I suppose you have that sort of power of, you've got people that would be interested in casting you now because that's recognizable. And also you've got the freedom to be like, well, I'm in a settled place at the moment, and I'd like to, and I'm enjoying all of this stuff. Why not try something else?
Yeah.
I mean, it brings to mind like, is it Daniel Radcliffe when he ballooned from Harry Potter fame, of course, and did he decide to do Equus afterwards because that was a complete departure from his image as Harry Potter, and that was very it was a very mature and challenging thing to do. So I suppose that way you sort of break out of any sort of perception that has been put on you because of the platform from which you're known. I don't know.
And Anna said on here, and it's a trend where stunt casting is king. Talent is less valued than followers. Platform is not necessarily an indicator of talent, just popularity. I have to say, I had a brief message conversation with a really well-known theatre actress, and neither of us could believe that for some castings we were now being asked how many followers we have.
Yes, seen that. And I've also seen like many casting directors saying no one would really ask you that question if it was something that sort of actually mattered. It's like they are still champions of talent and stuff, but I mean, you got to. It's so difficult to be seen and to do work nowadays that you can't. It's just the thing that happens now. It's like you've got to find that name to sort of recognize that work is being done in order to get bums on seats.
Well, it's lovely that we've got names or celebrities that are bringing audiences in, and it's keeping the theatre alive and that kind of community. It does make me wonder, though, about, and I'm not sure who I brought this up with, maybe with yourself sometime, Ariana Grande and Jonathan Bailey. They're going to be doing Sunday in the Park with George at the Barbican, I believe, in London. I think that's next year. And my question is that, however lovely it is that Ariana Grande and Jonathan Bailey are going to be doing Sunday in the Park, which for someone like me, big Sondheim fan, love musical theatre, it's great. I know that Ariana Grande has musical theatre background. I mean, she was brought up on it. She's amazing. What is the audience going to be like for that? Are they going to be Ariana Grande fans that are going to jump on the ticketing and get tickets and ticket prices? You can imagine what might happen. Yes. But they'll all be going to see Ariana Grande, and I just want to warn them and go, okay, I know you want to get tickets to see Ariana Grande. you're not going to be seeing Ariana Grande. You're going to be seeing her play Dot in Sunday in the Park. She's not going to be doing the type of singing you think she's going to be doing. It's
Yeah.
not that.
Yeah.
And and she's not on stage the whole time. There are bits where she's going to be off stage for 5-10 minutes, and it's someone else doing a big number. You know what I mean? It's not an Ariana Grande concert.
It's interesting. It feels like it's rife with problems because you've got expectations that you don't necessarily have control over, and then there's certainly. I know there's been a lot of discourse, certainly in London theatres at the moment, about theatre etiquette and how that's being disrupted.
Anna's just messaged that on it. She said, and then theatre etiquette goes out of the window.
Yeah.
I have to agree with some of that. I've noticed it in the last few years, and this isn't getting on a high horse at all, but the etiquette in theatre seems to really be just phones out constantly through the shows and stuff. We've seen with Patti LuPone. I mean, she will tell everyone off, which is right. You shouldn't be taking pictures. It's not a concert. Yeah,
you're in an environment where you're actually collectively generating energy and focus. So don't disrupt that, because you'll ruin the illusion and the immersion for everyone.
Yeah, but I think that comes from the way that we gain our entertainment nowadays. So much of our stuff is on a tablet or a phone, and it's there, and everyone wants to share it. So phones are out and tablets are out, and you're filming it because you want to share it to your friends. You want to post it on your Instagram. I mean, we're on Instagram now. I mean, who are we to talk? But we're not doing this while there's a Shakespeare play going on at the other side of the room. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's that sort of old person thing of like, put your phone down and actually be in the moment rather than recording the moment so that you can look.
That's the thing. Are we losing the ability to be present? What is happening to us where we can't be present and watch what's going on in front of us?
It is an interesting thing to think about. And I mean, I've certainly encountered this with, not in theatre, but actually just sort of picking up a book and reading, because that is a long, sustained act of concentration itself that isn't necessarily rewarding in like 6-second snippets or whatever. It's a slow burn towards the end, and it's like you have to sort of retrain your brain to think, well, actually I am in this for a better payoff than a just like ding, oh, dopamine hit, ding, dopamine hit, quick, next one. No, I'm not finding something that does it. And then you've got to sort of get into this crazy habit of not actually being present at all. And it's the same with theatre as well. It's like you just want to be, or any sort of entertainment, public entertainment, or watching films or anything. It's just sit with it and absorb what's going on.
So I wonder what that'll be like. I hope it's a success for them. Author Jacqueline Wilson recently said that book reading is now as niche as stamp collecting.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Interesting. Sorry, my alarm's going off. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. I'm enjoying this conversation. That's what I'm doing. It's fascinating. It's fascinating.
Yeah, that's given me pause for thought, that one.
Yeah. Do you read? Are you an avid reader?
I am trying to get back into it. And I tried this last year and I fell off the bandwagon a bit, but I'm doing it again and I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. In fact, I'm currently reading at the moment is basically a huge doorstop book called A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara.
Yeah.
And everyone has told me it is absolutely devastating and a beautiful read, but it is a long read. And I'm about halfway through and I'm like, I think this might be one of my favorite books I've ever read, because it's just so, just yeah, everything is going. I can't describe it because there's just it's all this sort of train of thought things, and it really gets into people's souls and how people communicate and what happens to people and how they deal with it. And I'm like, this is absolutely delicious, and I want to carry on reading it immediately. And I don't get this same thing just by scrolling through reels on Instagram, even though I find myself doing it. And I'm like, put the phone down and pick up the book.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. And I know that it's a problem for me. I feel it's getting in the way of stuff now, having the phone. So I don't know the best way to do it, to step away from social media while still keeping connection. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, certainly for me, I think the reason why I failed my I will get back into my reading habit last year was because I was actually buying it using Kindle. So I was still, in effect, on my phone. I was reading it on my phone. So at any moment, this intrusive little thumb could go, nope, go straight into nothing. No, and I'm like, actually, I have a physical book here. It has become an event. It is not it is not an addendum to this device that we all seem to be married ourselves to. So that seems to have helped a lot. It's like I have something physically different that I'm using.
That's good.
Yeah. And it's just dedicating the time to pull yourself away from the screen. And it's so hard. It's so hard.
I love books. I sometimes think that I don't read enough, and then I think to how many scripts I've read. I go, oh, actually, I'm doing a good bit of reading. Talking about reading, Laura Anna Mead, such a bookworm, and it's a real inspiration as well. And I think sometimes she has like 2 or 3 books on the go, and she's like, dun, 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 dun.
I have to say, actually, watching her chat with you last week, and also other people that I follow, like on Instagram, who are like, I am reading this book. I really enjoy this. I was like, okay, there are people that are still sort of singing this. This is a good thing. So let's just keep it all going, and just like, yes, I am reading, and it's good.
What would be really nice is if we have play reading recommendations. So if people have read plays during the week, during the month, if they wanted to post them on the Facebook, share anything on there about what plays have been read, people's thoughts and things, that would be really cool.
Or even like films or stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be long form. It's like whatever speaks to you and has inspired you.
I'm also very much looking forward to Cormac's book, which is coming out, which will be all about the Rep Theatre down in Sidmouth.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to that.
Which I believe is 95% done now, something like that, 95%. So I know there were some posts over the last day or two. So excited to hear that. Anna's put here, and all too often celebrity writers are taking those opportunities too, and usually ghosted ghost writers. It's true. It's true. What can we leave on a happy note, Ray? We need to leave on a happy note.
Or it's just going to launch into something that's even less happy. But
the thing is, you have to be careful, because we can easily get into the thing of going, oh, and there's this, and oh, and the theatre etiquette, and this, and what about this with tickets and all that. That becomes too easy to talk about. So I want to make sure that we can.
Whereas here we're about the art and the skill and stuff. In fact, that beautiful clip of Judi Dench that you sent to me, was it yesterday, day before? Her Lady Macbeth speech from Macbeth in, was it 1979?
79? Yeah, I think so.
And like, I mean, Judi Dench can do no wrong, but actually just watching that and seeing, from my perspective, so many fascinating choices. Like, I think the one that really struck me was it's this candle that's sort of just in front of her there, and she's in the shadow of it and looking at her hands. She's not even looking at her hands, and she's in the out damn spot. So it's all in the mind. It's not there. It's just an extension. I'm like, that is so clever.
the bit that gets me, and it stops me every time I see it, is she's going like this, and then she goes like that. I'm like, we've all done that when you have like a splinter or you've got a spot or something.
Yeah, trying to get it out. Yeah, get something out. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And then she does that kind of, she cries, but it's like a screech,
that sort of
like an owl screech, and it just goes on, and it's like her breath is running out, and it's
definitely uncomfortable, but like just so rooted in the reality of that character. It's like, we can learn so much by her.
And Anna's asked that. The book should be out by the end of June. That's good. All about Man of Pavilion. Lovely. Anna says, so how are your self-created projects going? How are they going, Ray?
Well, I mean, the only thing that I can sort of say at the moment, I suppose it was on the kind of reading front as well, was I decided that, you know what, I should just write something, and it kind of came out as a stream of consciousness thing, and decided, well, I can't just let this sit in my my Google Drive for my years and stuff. So I just decided, you know what, I'm going to transform this into a sort of mini audiobook thing. So I created Gerald, which you can find on the Instagram page. It's imperfect. It's not great, but I'm kind of sort of proud that I put something out there, and I'm like, yay!
It's very good, very good, and I'm so kind of amazed that you're kind of getting it and getting the microphone there and doing all of that. It's fab.
Yeah, well, it was fun to do, and it's made me wonder, should I? Oh, it's something that has sort of popped up on my Instagram feed recently, is this lovely lady, I think her name's Alice Socket, who has been sort of talking about what it's like to do audiobooks and for readings and stuff like that.
You've got such a voice for audiobooks, Ray.
It's working in my mind. I'm just thinking the practical things of like, sound treating the room and trying to find things that are quiet enough to not require so much editing, and also bodily noises like my nose. I've noticed the things you notice when you are recording your voice without any visual type stuff. It's like, that really annoys me. That is bound to annoy other people. Cut.
Well,
but
I was going to say, a wonderful person to speak to about voice work would be Tracy Collier.
Yes, I remember you saying.
Wonderful. Yeah. So do give her a message, give her a ping.
Oh, I shall.
Yeah. Fabulous. Yes. My stuff, what's going on? So I'm always writing stuff, and then I put it to one side. I'm like, I'll come back to that. I've bought myself, it should be coming any day now, a gimbal.
What is a gimbal?
A gimbal, yeah. So I'm going to start doing some filming stuff, so to keep my phone and camera and that steady. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to push the boat out a bit and get one that has got bells and whistles that I can actually do stuff with. And because I know that I'm going to need showreel scenes when I'm doing self-tape stuff, all this kind of thing, I just thought, like we were talking about with theatre stuff, I need to be creating stuff for myself, really. Yeah. And if there isn't an opportunity out there for me to get in front of a camera, I need to put myself in front of a camera. So,
and you've invested in yourself.
Yes.
That's exciting.
And also, I can show. So, been planning writing a TV series. I know that sounds bizarre, but you never know. I'm getting a gimbal. We can film. This is all my planning. I'm sure I showed you, Ray, before, but I have all the post-it notes on the wall. 6 different episodes. That it's all
plot board.
It's like a crime scene kind of thing. It's like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
I love it so much.
I saw that. What's his name? Lovely chap married to Tom Daly. Dustin Lance Black.
Yes.
He uses post-it notes and stuff when he's planning out things. So, yeah.
Just follow in the footsteps of the greats, dear boy.
We've got it. Oh, thank you so much. Well done, guys. As ever, great stuff. Oh, thank you.
Thanks so much, Paul.
Ray, thank you so much for joining me. We've gone for an hour, dear boy.
What, again?
Whenever we start talking, I was going to say to you, I was like, Ray, we need to bring this in about 15 minutes, maybe 20, so I can just whack it on a reel straight away.
So we've given you some more tasks to do now.
An hour later. Yes. Anyway, it's been a joy. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you haven't managed to catch up on with this today, or you've missed some of it, I will post the whole thing onto YouTube, so you can catch up there. I will post links and things. So next week we will either be back with a chat, or we will have a special guest joining us. Watch this space. For now, thank you so much, Ray.
Thank you, Jay.
Always a joy. And shall I say it? Shall I say it?
Do it. Do it.
See you down the road. Bye.
Bye, all.